Sometimes you think you're good, but you're actually not that good. Here's how you fix that. What's good, YouTube? My name is Lemar Griffin. If you're new to my channel, I'm a hybrid creator based out of Denver, Colorado, but I'm from Lakeland, Florida. I shoot sports. I like to fly drones. Anything related to hybrid creation, that's what you're gonna find on this channel. So in this video, I wanna talk about an experience that I had and share it with you all so that maybe it can help you out. So growing up in Florida, football, basketball, running track, those are some of the things that I was involved in. But I knew a lot about sports, and I still think I'm pretty versed on sports. When I got here to Denver, there was a really good professional lacrosse team, the Denver Outlaws. These guys were at the top of the top. Some of the guys on the team allowed me the opportunity to come take some photos and video for them, which I was super grateful for. So when I went to college, I played football at Arizona Western, and then I played at Willamette University. So I didn't have the opportunity to dive into my photography career until I was done playing collegiate sports. Tip number one would be, if you get a chance to shoot the sport that you want to go into, you should do that a lot before you try to go to the pros. So in my situation, I did have experience shooting professional sports. I had just got done doing a lot of stuff with the WNBA. That was the first opportunity that I ever got as a professional to really grow and learn. And I love the WNBA. I still shoot the WNBA to this day. I was shooting for Tiffany Hayes, Kayla McBride, Bria Hartley, some of the best players in the WNBA. I got to take pictures of them and video. So I was doing hybrid work for the WNBA before I got my opportunity to shoot Major League Lacrosse once I got to Denver. So I did have experience shooting professional sports, but not lacrosse, not something that fast. Tip number two would be, know the sport that you're about to shoot before you go into it. Now, I took my own advice. Before I shot my first Major League Lacrosse game for the Denver Outlaws, I studied viciously. I tried to find everything on the internet that I could about the settings and where you need to be and how you need to stand. And I tried to go to a couple practices before, but I couldn't, so I just showed up at the game. So all the studying and watching videos and watching up on the guys, watching Mikey, watching John Grant Jr., who is literally the best lacrosse player I've ever seen in real life. Like, the fact that I was able to take pictures of John Grant Jr., pictures and videos, and watch him do the things that he was doing to guys, that's probably one of the highest moments of my life as a sports shooter. Tip number three, if you're a sports shooter and you're watching this video and you want to shoot NBA or NFL or college football, college basketball, or track, try lacrosse first, because these guys are so fast, so athletic. The ball is moving so fast when they're passing and shooting. The sport is just super fast. And with me, I was shooting the Denver Outlaws, who had just won the championship the year before. So when I got there, they also went to the championship, and I did film the championship because I got better. And I was shooting some of the most explosive athletes at the top of their game in the world. I mean, it was a ton of guys on there. Max, Eli, Mike, Eric Law. Eric Law was the real deal, bro. That dude was Eric Law, John Grant Jr., you know what I'm saying? Like, there was just so many good players. It was so talented. So if you ever get the chance to shoot lacrosse, you should do it. I thought I was at a good spot in being a sports photographer, videographer. I thought my skills were at a certain level. And once I was trying to keep up with these guys and the ball and just the flow of the game, it was just super overwhelming. But I did a good job. I did a decent job. My client was happy with the photography and videography that I did. So tip number four is, when you get down, get back up. After that first game, I went home. I figured out everything I did wrong. I was like mad at myself. Again, my clients were happy. The pictures were good, but they weren't great. The next game I went to, I had a whole different approach. I knew where to go. I knew where to stand. I knew what settings I needed to do. And then once I learned the settings and the speed and the flow of the game, it got better. And then I shot another game. And then I started to notice the biggest thing, and the last thing that I'll leave you guys with, is probably the most important thing that I don't hear people talk about in pertaining to shooting sports at a high level. The last thing I did before I got to shoot the championship for the best team in Major League Lacrosse out here in Denver was I got to know the players. And what I mean by that is I started studying everything about the players. I got to interact with them more. But more importantly, I shot so many games before I got the opportunity to shoot the championship for the Denver Outlaws that I started to learn the tendency of the players. I do that in every sport that I shoot: WNBA, NFL, Major League Lacrosse. Lacrosse is where I started to learn that, and I got to thank all the guys in the Denver Outlaws for teaching me that skill, because I was an athlete myself. I played college football, I ran track, I'm from Florida, but that's not the same as what you need to do with the camera and how the game moves when you're trying to follow it with the lens. It's a way different game when you're like trying to keep up with the game through a camera. So the biggest thing that I can say is I started to learn what the guys like to do and what they didn't like to do and what they did in certain situations pertaining to the game. It really came down to my situational awareness. That's a word that I don't hear thrown around a lot when it comes to sports photography, and I think it's a word that we should be using more. It's situational awareness. I started to really gauge what was happening during the play. You know, if Eric came around this side and was trying to score in a certain area, it's like, all right, well, he tried this. And I would look at him, I look through my camera and try to figure out, like, he looks like he's gonna try that again, or, you know, he'd get the ball, or just kind of a head nod. Every little detail about the game and the way the guys were starting to do things, I was trying to pick up on and learn from through my pictures and videos and my past experience. When you get with an organization or a team or a player, the better you learn them as a human, as an athlete, and the better you learn the situation that they're in during competition, the better your pictures and videos are gonna be. So I personally got to give a big shout out to the Denver Outlaws, one of the best franchises ever. Rest in peace to Mr. Bowen. Everyone that was on that Outlaws team helped me become a better sports creative. Then I would go on to do some other things, but I wanted to make this video because it's not always sunshine and rainbows, and you don't just get out there and everything works. Sometimes you gotta, in my case, you gotta learn, hey, I'm not that good. I need to get better. And then once I figured that out, it was, okay, game by game, step by step, every opportunity I get to come out with the camera, get better every single time, until the championship. I got asked to come out and shoot the championship, and everything went well. So that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you watching this YouTube episode. I hope you took something away. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comments. Till next time, peace.